So let's talk about some posting best practices. So first off, when you are posting, you may want to think about using filters, and sometimes this is a great way for you to get a consistent look for your brand or your store. So this is an example we have of Decori, and you can see that we recommend that you decide which 3 filters you might be playing with in Instagram to give it a kind of cohesive look, so that when you scroll down and you look at the list of photos in your profile, there should be similarities. I should be able to see a distinction between your brand or your store when looking at Instagram. This is one way to do that, is sort of playing around with, these are our 3 given filters we always use for our brand. So let me ask a question. Does everybody know what a filter is? I see some no's. Okay, so when you take a photo on Instagram, you will notice that when you go and you hit next, you will see there are options for filters down the bottom. So those will be sort of tints or changes to the photography. So that's what we mean when we say filters. So thank you for the head nod one way or the other so I can help. So another best practice as an example of vary your post types, and we're going to get into insights so you can actually start to see which post types are of most interest to your audience. So of course we have single images, so your audience may resonate more with single images, but vary it up, see how things work. Also, feel free to play with the concept of, and we've done this with a couple of our brands, where we take one big image and we break it and cut it. So across the stream, you actually have it in pieces. So if you were to look at it together, it's one big image. It's very fun and cool, and it's a great creative way to be different. Another thing is obviously those carousel, where you can storytell within there as well. And then you have the ability to do collages where you can lay things out in a grid. And then the boomerang. So this is actually a video I grabbed last night of an example of a boomerang. A boomerang is sort of a fun, playful, short. Does anyone remember Vine? Vine was those 6-second looping videos. That's what boomerang really reminds me of. It's just a really quick animated GIF style post. And then of course video. Now don't forget, with video you not only have the ability to upload video, but you also have the ability to do live video. So you can do Instagram live videos. So a couple of other best practices is frequency. How often should I post to Instagram? So once to twice daily is ideal. 2 is actually great. What's interesting is we've also heard different things. So like Instagram will sometimes say that, you know, depending upon how many followers you have, you might be looking at something like 3 times a day. Timing. So we're going to get into insights in a few minutes, but review your insights to determine when to post. It's not about, unfortunately, when you guys are working. It's when your customers are on Instagram and your followers are on Instagram. That's most likely when you're going to want to publish to Instagram. So you will want to look at your insights and make those decisions and adjust accordingly. And then also you'll see in this image, it's really hard, I don't have a pointer here, but you can see there's sort of a gap. So there's a little saying with the emoji, and then there's a whole bunch of hashtags. So you can separate your hashtags away from your message to give it a little space. So that is also another best practice.